Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Listen, we have some unbelievable XRP news. It's always something strange going on. And I tell you what, did you see the bombshell that was dropped today? Man, people better be careful, but we'll get into that bombshell in a later chapter. And then, of course, we have some Bitcoin news to follow that, right? Let's begin here. So there was another XRP glitch. We covered an article the other day in one of the previous videos about XRP being listed on Atlantis Exchange. And for some reason, XRP was trading on Atlantis Exchange for $74. What is going on? Why does XRP always have these glitches going on? I mean, what do you think? You let me know in the comment section. It says data shows XRP trades for $74 on the Atlantis Exchange, where XRP recently secured a listing. Is this an XRP price glitch or something else? The legitimacy of the Atlantis Exchange became a subject of discussion. Yeah, they're the ones that claim that they have like they're registered with like the US Treasury or something like that. At least that's what the article said the other day, which is why I believe people wrote the article on them. Oh, and actually they have it here. It says this development came up shortly after the cryptocurrency exchange, which claims to be registered with the U.S. Treasury Department, decided to list the asset. And if you remember from that article, I thought it was strange. Remember, I brought this up. I thought it was strange that they were saying something like, don't miss out on the opportunity. I don't know. It was some weird verbiage they had in that article. And it was a quote from Atlantis Exchange that hinted towards XRP's price might skyrocket. And it was strange. A lot of you remember that. And now to have that happen, I don't know what's going on here, but some people are on their job, right? They're pointing this out. It says this: a pseudonymous XRP community member first spotlighted the surprising phenomenon. So this individual, which is named the ISO GOAT at XRP King, shout out to this individual here, spotted that XRP was apparently at one point, I guess, trading at 113 US dollars. What is going on? And then I'm trying to get to everything, everybody. I'm trying to get to everything. Because there was another number in here. I believe someone saw it at a lower number. It was like $80 or something like that. I don't know. I don't proclaim to know everything. I don't know what's going on here with this stuff. But, oh, oops. So now they have a section here titled Red Flags Surrounding Atlantis Exchange. It says, while these values might present an arbitrage opportunity, it is ill-advised to seek to leverage it, as there is no guarantee that market participants would see enough liquidity on the platform to exchange their assets back to stablecoins. In addition, the legitimacy of the Atlantis Exchange has been called into question. But why? Why would they question it? You got to give me that. Users have repeatedly reported an inability to withdraw their assets after depositing them into the platform. Some have also alleged that the system fails to recognize the login credentials shortly after they deposit cryptocurrencies into the platform. So, hey, this is what the article is saying. I just want to put that out there. I'm not saying it. I'm saying this is what the article is saying. The exchange itself says it is registered with the United Nations and the U.S. Treasury, but there is no evidence that supports these claims and no mainstream reports on such development. Okay, so call them out on this. Call them out on this. Make them present documentation if they're going to say something like that. People have put pressure on companies before, and the companies have to cough up the truth. I don't see why this would be any different. All right, so that's one crazy thing here, right? So let's get to a little bit of regular news before we get into the bombshell that was dropped today. Man. And, I hate to see, hopefully everything works out. I hate to see good people get caught up in a bunch of nonsense. It's a great time to make money right now. Not financial advice. It's a great time in crypto. We got a nice little healthy pullback. Institutions are doing what they're supposed to do. We're seeing a little bit of consolidation right now. Not sure what Bitcoin is doing right now, but the market, last I saw, it looked like it was in a nice little consolidation period after the healthy pullback. So I hope that people are not going to get hurt over what's going on, but you'll find out, like I said, in one of the later chapters. This article is titled, "A CBDC Trial in Hong Kong could finally enable blockchain to digitize shipping with the help from Ant Group. Now, wait a minute. I don't care who's doing what in Hong Kong, but just know when Ripple has such a hand-in-hand relationship with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, built a CBDC platform used for both wholesale and retail CBDCs that the Hong Kong Monetary Authority has access to and can use. Obviously, I think that they're going to go, a lot of institutions will go ham, just my humble opinion. We'll work hard with XRP and XRPL-based systems in the future once there's more clarity. Of course, we got to get through a lot of other things first. Well, not a lot, just a few. Just a little bit longer, actually. So anytime I see Hong Kong, I think XRP. But it says this: Hong Kong's global shipping business network has finished a prototype of its first electronic bill of lading in collaboration with Ant's Zan blockchain unit. The product is a part of Hong Kong's wholesale central bank digital currency project and aims to digitize a process that has been paper-based for centuries. Once again, you see that? Wholesale. You see, and Ripple wants to have a hand in Hong Kong with connecting the systems that will move wholesale CBDCs here and there. You can look that up, and I think that's easily found. It says this: with the recent launch of its first prototype product in collaboration with the fintech giant Ant Group, Hong Kong-based global shipping business network aims to prove that blockchain can fully digitize a critical process in the shipping industry that has remained stubbornly paper-based for centuries. GSBN, a nonprofit consortium whose shareholders include shipping industry stakeholders such as Costco Shipping, Hapag, Lloyd, and OOCL, last week finished a prototype electronic bill of lading to be used as a part of Hong Kong's wholesale central bank digital currency project. CEO Bertrand Chen told the Post in an interview on March 13th. So Hong Kong is moving forward. They're not wasting any time. And this is great for all of the different bank coins that have a foothold over there into the future. As the future, I'm going to tell you right now, is looking very, very bright, especially given, once again, the bombshell that was dropped today. Man, let's go here. You know what? I had another XRP article, but I don't want to wait. Let's get right to that. Let's get to that news now. Let's get to that bombshell news now, because who knows? Like I said, I hope people don't get hurt in all of this. They better be wise with what they do. But if certain things happen, could it move XRP up a notch, as far as its ranking in the world? We shall see. This article is titled, and it's funny because I showed the members only section something about 2 months ago. I made a post and it was alluding to something like this. And now you see it rearing its ugly head. I'm just saying. So the members only section was privy to this if they read the post, which is still there. This article is titled Ethereum Foundation Faces Inquiry from a Government. Fortune says also the SEC is investigating ETH. So you have two things going on at once. Actually, I should have covered the other article first about the SEC. So there is a government that is probing Ethereum, but they requested to stay anonymous. It says after the publication of this article, Fortune also reported that the SEC is seeking to classify ETH as a security, but we'll get to that in the other article. This is insane, but I know why they're doing this, because the SEC is under investigation itself for activities that, were surrounding Bill Hinman, Jay Clayton. I believe that was the individual's name. And they're saying ETH was not a security back then. And so now the SEC has to take action to distinguish why Ethereum would not be a security, but everything else the SEC says is a security. No. So now they have to take some sort of action. This was my guess. And man, we'll see how this affects ETH. It says the Ethereum Foundation, the Swiss nonprofit organization at the heart of the Ethereum ecosystem, is facing questions from an unnamed, quote, state authority, unquote, according to the group's website's GitHub repository. The confidential inquiry comes during a time of change for Ethereum's technology and at a possible inflection point for its native asset ETH, which many American investment companies are seeking to offer as an exchange-traded fund. They're going to use this to justify why they kept pushing back that ETF because you know it got pushed back, right? But they push a lot of different things back, but they're going to use this as a reason why. Man, the Securities and Exchange Commission has slow walked their efforts despite recently approving a series of Bitcoin ETFs. If they keep going after ETH, XRP is next up, in my humble opinion. Next up, as far as ETFs, and it has absolute clarity. How would it not be? You got Bitcoin, then you had ETH in the clear, and you had XRP in the clear. XRP will be up next if they're going to take ETH out. This is going to get crazy real fast. After the publication of this article, Fortune reported, wait, we can actually go to the Fortune article, actually. Well, we just read a little tidbit from it. So the Fortune article was titled, this is actually the first article I saw on this. The Fortune article, if they stop putting pop-ups in front of the label here, everything just keeps moving on the screen, is titled, SEC probing crypto companies and Ethereum investigation as hopes for ETF dim. XRP is next up. It has clarity, but they'll give us a hard time. They give everybody a hard time. It's a sad thing what they're doing to all of these different companies and such. And this is why I always said I felt like the companies and crypto as a whole should have stood together instead of trying to cannibalize each other and do this crab in a barrel thing where they pull each other down. These different companies have had problems with each other and said disparaging things about each other. No, you should have stood together, built together. There's room for everybody. And now look, divided, you fall. But anyway, that's just my humble opinion. But let's read this little tidbit here. The Securities and Exchange Commission is waging an energetic legal campaign to classify Ethereum, the second most popular cryptocurrency, as a security. According to U.S. companies that have received subpoenas related to an investigation. Wow. The news delivers a further blow to the crypto industry's hopes the agency will approve applications by BlackRock and others for an Ethereum ETF. That's what you're worried about? Okay, so if they're going after Ethereum, how does that affect Ethereum's price as it becomes more known? Or it's more widely known that they're trying to classify it as a security? Because a lot of other things that they said, oh, well, we're trying to classify it as a security, they took a major hit in price. That's what I would be thinking about. And I would be thinking about that because Ethereum is a major moneymaker. It's a major moneymaker. We shall see, folks. We'll see how all of this pans out. So now let's move on from the bombshell. I don't want to linger on that for too long. I hate what the SEC does. Oh, man. So now let's get back to some regular news here. This article here is titled BitTrue pairs XRP against 8 new assets, including Shiba Inu. And it says this: leading crypto exchange BitTrue has further expanded its support for XRP by introducing 8 new spot-based trading pairs for the 6th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. The 8 crypto assets paired with XRP include Shiba Inu, Pepe, all right, Bonk. They make me laugh. Like some of these names, they're so out there. Uniswap, WorldCoin, Ordi, Zahao, and Optimism. Although the exchange released the list of the new pairs last week, it called attention to the development today in a tweet. All right, yeah, they have to let the people know. If the people don't know, I wouldn't have known this if they didn't put this up there or make the post. I do wish that companies would step out of Twitter for a moment and just, put regular, call some news agencies, get some connections. Have them make regular posts with good search engine optimization, SEO, so there's more regular articles written. I noticed that about a lot of companies. It makes finding information out about certain protocols, certain blockchains, very difficult because it seems like a lot of them are just huddled up on Twitter. Well, not everybody's on Twitter, right? And so they're not going to see those posts. Like sometimes they'll have something new that the companies may be doing. Instead of having articles written about it everywhere, they may have it only posted on their Twitter. Like, I don't like that type of thing. I think it comes across as a little bit lazy, and I don't think it's healthy for growing companies to be limited in the coverage that they receive in the media. You need as much coverage as possible. It says BitTrue teases new trading pairs for XRP. The development comes 2 weeks after BitTrue asked its users to suggest new pairs for XRP. Many enthusiasts propose that XRP should be paired with tokens that have high liquidity on BitTrue. Apparently, BitTrue took these requests into consideration. Shout out to them. Very good. The people like it when you listen to them. It says, as the 8 new assets paired with XRP boast strong liquidity. Okay, so that makes sense why they did what they did. It says an active community, including Shiba Inu and Pepe. Yes, certainly they have liquidity for certain. People love those two. I don't consider Shiba Inu a meme coin anymore, even though it started out that way. They have a lot of good things that they've built. They have a lot of good utility in Shiba Inu. I know that might sound crazy, but if you look into it, and they do. So I haven't for a long time considered them a meme coin. They have a purpose to serve. They have a function, and they continue to build. They're taking it serious, as opposed to a lot of other ones where they're just either money makers or money losers. That's it. It says over 90 XRP pairs supported on BitTrue. It is worth mentioning that BitTrue Exchange has been a major proponent of XRP since it listed XRP in 2018. The platform has consistently added new trading pairs for the coin. All right, so now let's end off here with a little bit of Bitcoin news. Let's see what we have about Bitcoin today. Bitcoin is so bullish right now. It's unbelievable, in my humble opinion. So this article is titled Bitcoin to $1 million? Question mark. Arthur Hayes sees ETF fueled surge, but there goes those dots. See, but ... Why do people get on me about stuff like that? Like, see how this article writer did that? He's giving you some good information, right? Bitcoin to $1 million. That's already interesting. Look how he shapes the headline. Arthur Hayes sees ETF fuel surge. That's also very interesting. So apparently he has something else he's going to deliver in this article. Then he says, but ... That's to leave some mystery. That's to get people interested to click on the article, to watch the video. You know, that's why those are there, to leave a little bit of mystery. You don't want to tell everything in your title, or else why would people read the article or watch the video if you're going to tell everything in the title? So anyway, as a content creator, you have to think about these things. So people get on you about everything they do. I can respect you have a difference of opinion, but you have to also, I hope you don't have to, but I hope people also understand why certain things are cultivated a certain way. The algorithms want you to cultivate things a certain way, or the algorithms will not push your video. Simple as that. It says here, Hayes attributed Bitcoin's rise to $70,000 to ETFs. Yeah, of course, I do as well. Investors have started to show an increased preference for Bitcoin. In the wake of fluctuating Bitcoin prices, Arthur Hayes, the co-founder of BitMEX, has issued an optimistic forecast for the cryptocurrency's future. In the latest episode of, quote, The Wolf of All Streets, unquote, podcast, Hayes envisioned Bitcoin reaching unprecedented heights. He commented, "We shall see. We shall see. I believe it will reach great heights. I do. This is just my humble opinion. Unprecedented heights. I would love for it to go there. I really would." It says, quote, this is a quote from Arthur Hayes, "1 million? I don't think people have big enough imaginations." So is he trying to say he believes it's going to go beyond 1 million? What's he trying to say here? Then it says this. Why did it go so fast to 70,000? Ooh. Oh, so you are trying to say, Mr. Hayes, do you believe Bitcoin is going to go past 1 million? All right. It says because a bunch of people now can check a box and buy some Bitcoin ETF. It says recent statistics bolster his argument. The 10 leading spot Bitcoin ETFs witnessed a remarkable 15% increase in net inflows, reaching $2.57 billion just last week. That was a leap from the $2.24 billion recorded the preceding week. The exec interpreted this trend as a clear indicator of growing interest from the global investment community. Don't they have something going on in China also that was either happening recently or coming up where they're going to be releasing some ETFs? I believe we covered an article like that. But I can't remember everything. I just can't. But if that is true, then that would add some to the pot as well, helping Bitcoin to grow, right? Then it says here, The exec interpreted this trend as a clear indicator. Okay, I read that part already. Next section is titled To Wall Street and Beyond, the ETF Revolution. The shift towards Bitcoin ETFs has not gone unnoticed by financial experts. Grant Engelbart, vice president and investment strategist at Carson Group, highlighted the trend in a recent interview with Bloomberg ETF IQ. He revealed, quote, "We have seen a handful of advisors allocate an average of 3.5% to client households," unquote. Engelbart shed light on the strategic funding of these investments. He noted a trend where investors are reallocating assets from other segments of their portfolios. Remember, I told you that was going to happen? I've talked about that extensively, how people are liquidating certain things in order to, and I think I spoke about this more in correlation with what they call the great wealth transfer. A lot of things that have been sitting around, they're going to liquidate. Right? Or sitting in their portfolio, they're going to liquidate. Why? Because they want to double, triple, quadruple their capital, their value. So that's what this individual is saying here, which confirms what I was saying all along. I think that's logical. Right now, it's such a harsh time in the world. People have to understand that is a reality for many, many people. Maybe not you. You're probably doing great. A lot of you are awesome out there. I know you're probably doing great. But there is a struggle. And many people are trying to prepare, even if they're not struggling, just in case the struggle comes in the future. Or also a lot of individuals who have something to move around in their portfolio. They have people that they care about that may not be doing as well as they themselves. And they want to set it up where when they do hand something down or they have to help somebody, they have extra capital to play with. Right. Hence the great wealth transfer. And you have this advent of at least this is what experts are saying. You can look this up. So many children, people's children, they're not little. They're older now, but like they're 20, they're 30, and they're having to go live back at home with their parents. This is something that's going on all across the United States right now as struggles increase. Affordability of living is terrible right now, and wage growth has slowed to a crawl, even though prices of things, this is apparently what they're saying in the news and the media, prices of things continue to go up. So a lot of people are now living with their parents. So now if I'm to take that into account, that would be a great incentive for a lot of these individuals to take something that was sitting in their portfolio, swap it or liquidate it, whatever, put it into Bitcoin, however they're going to do that, by whatever way, whatever means, so they can double, triple, and quadruple that capital, that value. Now they have something to work with. Now they have something to allocate or reallocate to something else or someone else. You get what I'm saying? Without almost any injury to that original investment, because we all know, now I don't want to say we all know like it's a certainty, but many of us believe, not financial advice, that Bitcoin's going to skyrocket again. It's a prime money maker right now, and it's only going to get hotter. This was the beginning. And after some run, it's natural for these assets to take a breather before they make another run. That's just typically how it goes. And everything else typically makes a run with Bitcoin as well. So there's that. So it says these allocations to Bitcoin ETFs are generally conservative. They constitute, but conservative is that's subjective. It's like, what do you mean? What is your definition of conservative when it comes to the percentage of what they're allocating? Because it will be different for me and different for other people. You get what I'm saying? So who knows? Right? They constitute a minor segment of the total portfolio, often not surpassing. I need to see data on that. My apologies, folks. I need to see something solid. I'm not one to go by people's word. I need to see some solid data. But this is what they're saying. They constitute a minor segment of the total portfolio, often not surpassing 5%. Okay. All right. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, I appreciate you all, and let's get to the money.